vehicle due to fear of further harassment, coercion and intimidation. Do you, Russell, believe Neil's driving onto my foot to be acceptable? There is no alleged about it, to be clear. Neil trespassed upon my property without the right to do so, namely, my right as a man to do as I wish. Rights are a subset of property, and property equals that which is exclusive to any individual within any given society. I claim Neil caused myself alarm and distress through threats and attempted coercion. I claim Neil caused myself harm and injury to my foot. Neil stated legal terms. I am not a member of the New Zealand Law Society, nor am I legally trained, or do I understand any legal terms, legal customs of said society, and therefore cannot possibly understand unless translated. I only wish for Neil to clarify. Instead, he has caused myself injury and distress, and then ran away after causing my harm. Neil's own actions provide evidence of his wrongdoing, as once he realised he was on my foot, he immediately got back into the vehicle and reversed off of it, freeing myself. I gave chase, however the man fled like a coward, now for the second time. Perhaps being asked questions scared him. I do not know and can only presume. Is it New Zealand Police's standard operating procedure, Russell, to make false allegations, trespass upon property, and lie? Although I hear that apparently legally police can. Neil also failed to state that a woman by the name of Celia Snowman does not work at Warkworth Police Station, 6 Falls Road in Warkworth, so why did this person sign for his correspondence I sent to him? Who is committing mail tampering? I have evidence to support this allegation. You may also try using this email, and I supply him another one, should you wish to correspond via email. However, this is not checked very regularly, and I would appreciate any correspondence via writing or by phone, which the coward never did once. I would appreciate yourself taking the time to have an interview with myself should you require a detailed account, or at least state what is not clear about Neil's wrongdoing. Is an offence a wrong? Neil failed to answer this. Note also that at the time I stated I would gladly accept any order Neil gave, but unlike the September interaction, Neil did not make any order. Neither did Neil at any time state he was acting as an enforcement officer. Do you, Russell, believe otherwise? When a supervisor was required, he refused. Why? Can a legal request be declined? Is asking a question a refusal or failure? Do you believe Neil had authority and right over myself, a man? Do you believe I do wrong? Is an infringement a wrong? I have asked New Zealand Transport Authority, a representative named Tia Choi, and she has referred that question to the police to answer. That's why I'm asking you. I look forward to your reply, so don't be shy. Crikey, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Set up a time, I will gladly come to see you, as you are not permitted onto our family's private property, as there is no right-of-way or public access granted or implied. I look forward to your reply. I am curious as to why your supervisor, Mike Bush, has not responded to this matter, which I attempted bringing to his attention via mail on the 26th of November 2014. Have a great day, Russell. His response, dated 27th of January, at 5 to 9 in the morning. Hello, Mr. Keane. My role is to investigate the claims made by yourself against the police officer, namely harassment, harm, and distress, and injury. I have a duty to disclose that the officer concerned comes under my control. Dun, 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 dun. It may be that you see a perceived conflict of interest. If so, another investigator can manage the complaint. Please advise if you wish for me to continue or have this matter reassigned. Again, it's not for me to presume shit. If he believes he can't act impartial and uphold his oath, it's up to him to fucking do so. If the video footage of the incident is a full and unedited account of what took place, then I see no need to ask any further questions at this time, but for the sake of clarity, please confirm the YouTube video is full and complete and unedited. I would require some evidence of actual injury to your toe, such as medical documents, to support your claim. With reference to the other matters raised in your letters, they can be dealt with by the courts if you wish to pursue them. Thanks, Bill, or Senior Sergeant Bill Russell. Oh, that's him right there. See the extension number? Don't see the number. Don't see the name. Right, now, quoted. It's my response to Russell on the 28th of January at 20 past 8 in the morning. Hello again, Bill. As stated, I would be glad to supply yourself with a complete unedited version of the footage. Please define what you mean by actual. I am happy to verify my claim in a court of record, and I can supply a statement from my wife who also witnessed the injury. The harassment in regards to Neil's behaviour while acting in his official capacity. Why is it that you have not answered my questions, Bill, with regards to who I hold liable? What is an offence, legally speaking? Is it a wrong? Are you legally trained? Do you understand the question? The fact that you are his, Neil's, superior, I would have thought that would save any middleman. But as I stated, if you have a conflict of interest with dealing with this matter, say so. I do not. What is your direct dial number? I require you to supply a time for an interview as so I can properly relay to yourself, Bill, where I believe alarm, distress and harassment occurred. I ask yourself again, Bill, do you believe Neil's actions at that moment in time were acceptable? Being that the injury to my toe was minor, as I stated before, it hurt for 3 days, and ibuprofen did the trick. I did not get a medical treatment, nor seek advice from the police, as it was the police that caused the injury. The 0800 Crime Stoppers I spoke to did not suggest that at that time that I get a medical report. And as I was quite distressed by Neil and the alarm he had caused to myself, do you suggest I make a separate claim of mail tampering to the police against Celia Snowman and Neil? As I have not had a reply from Mike yet, not that I expect one, is the standard operating procedure to ignore and it will go away. Please excuse the cynicism, as I have no faith whatsoever in those who are supposed to serve and protect instead of oppress and enforce. I ask yourself again, Bill, at what point in time did Neil switch from being a constable to an enforcement officer? Have a great day. Me. Russell's reply on the 28th of January, mere half an hour afterwards. Hello, Mark. It's Mark now, not Mr. Keane. Thank you for the quick response to my email. If you could post a copy of the disc of the unedited video to my address, highlighted below, I would really appreciate it. The unedited video should then provide all of the information that I require to answer your complaint regarding the harassment, injury, harm and distress. In all other matters that you have raised, I would suggest that you get independent legal advice for the other questions you have raised. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for fucking not cooperating is my question, my statement. Alright. Dropping all my bits of paper. Okay. My response back to Russell the following day, 1:15 or 1:45 in the afternoon. 29th of January. Hi Bill. How do you class an investigation as complete without interviewing the complainant? I require, demand and wish an interview with yourself, Bill, as you are the investigator and believe you cannot gauge what had happened without actually hearing how Neil's actions have caused myself distress, emotional and physical harm, physical injury to my foot, which I can verify and supply witnesses of my limping due to his assault. I am very glad to supply a copy of the unedited recording along with actual evidence of the actual tyre on top of my actual toe. along with comparison shots for you to reference. Why is it that you cannot answer my simple questions, Bill? Are you unable or unwilling? Is there a conflict? As the Postal Service has proven to be faulty when dealing with the police matters, I would be glad to hand it to yourself, or leave it at the address you highlighted pending a signed receipt, of course, irrespective of it being registered post. It appears to me that you have been somewhat evasive to giving a straight answer. Why, Bill? I have also some notices for your records, which I wish to hand to yourself, Bill, but will simply add as attachments. So what time would suit you for us to meet, Bill? I have reviewed the Policing Act 2008 and have found no definition interpretation for enforcement officer, only constable. Confer Policing Act 2008, Section 4. The interpretation. Constable means a police employee who, A, holds the office of a constable, whether appointed as constable under the Police Act 1958 or this Act, and or B, includes a constable who holds any level of position within the New Zealand Police. No mention of enforcement there. Not that I can comprehend any of this legalese stuff. As it was Neil stating these words, it is not for me to define them. It is for you to. Are you stating I need to seek legal advice against Neil for assault? To prosecute himself and New Zealand Police privately? Are you supplying myself legal advice? As you have not stated whether you are legally trained, I need to have this act of legislation translated to myself. I am, after all, just an idiot legally. Do you believe Neil acted impartial? Had there been a breach of the peace? I believe Neil breached my peace. Do you, Bill, believe Neil acted in accordance with the Policing Act 2008 Sections 8D, 8E or 8F or Section 9A, also supplied? Confer those sections. In fact, I'll stick a slot in it here because I've actually got a picture for you. Okay. I look forward to meeting you. Regards, me. Note, Neil's invoice is still outstanding and he has stated he did not receive it, even though the woman Celia Snowman he is trying to shield himself with signed for the receipt of it. Why does he hide behind the receptionist? If she does actually work for the New Zealand Police. And I've sent pictures of my foot, the tyre, what my foot looks like inside and outside of the croc that I was wearing, so he can gauge whereabouts the toe was parked. Clearly on top of my big toe. I've also sent him a notice of my fee schedule, a notice of settle of debt. I sent him a copy of the Policing Act 2008. I sent him an invoice of Neil's. I sent him the notice of any errors, and I sent him a fair notice to the New Zealand Police in regards to the property, namely my car. His response is, and I got this on the 29th of January. In your email, hello Mark. In your email dated the 24th of January, you stated the following: I would be glad to provide yourself with any detail you wish if you could please specify, as the entire interaction was recorded in. Is there a particular detail you are aware of? If you could please provide an unedited copy of the entire interaction, there is no need at this time to interview you unless I need further clarification.